with Rigas. Please set us up with a discussion around the culture of specials and discounts in supermarkets. What is the real price of a product when 80% of the product is sold on discount?
Yeah, that's right. Look, just to put some context and maybe some real data behind what we're saying here, and we've worked for a very long time, both you and I, on packaged goods with very large packaged goods brands and clients, and every time we hear from them that their product, let's pick a number. I'm going to say, you said 80%. I'm going to say, let's be safe, about 70%. Let's say 3/4 of the volume of the product is sold with a ticket, with a specials ticket. It could be half price, it could be something off. I don't know the exact numbers about when and where. I think the deeper the discount, the bigger the ratio of volume that it attracts, right? Obviously. So it's really sold. The vast majority is sold at discount, and maybe even half of it is sold at deep half price discount. And I'm not sure of those numbers, but it's roughly, I reckon it's roughly there, which begs the question. And I shop, you shop, we shop frequently, right? So, and I find that if something is not on special, if not a single cup noodle is on special and they're all $2.50 instead of $1.20, I don't buy any of them. I get something else, you know what I mean? Something else that's going to fulfill that whatever desire that's going to be. So, and then I started thinking, well, hold on, what is the function of recommended retail price in a supermarket today? This is not across the board, of course, but what is the function of recommended retail price in a supermarket today? The vast majority of the product is sold on discount. And I started thinking about this reality versus fake. And of course, here's the question, Nick, is recommended retail price now fake price? And when I say fake price, why is it fake? It's fake because they need the psychology of the discount to sell it, right? They need the psychology of the discount to sell it. So if you don't have a fake price on it, you can't tell me that the Tim Tam is on special. Partly an answer into your initial question, which is, why don't we just find a halfway point between the deep discount and the recommended retail price and say, right, Tim Tams are $2.20, whatever the case may be, and that's it. Right? That's it. Unless there's inflation or whatever, they're $2.20, end of story. What happens in that scenario? And I think what happens in that scenario is something very different to what happens in a scenario where you have recommended retail price, which is now obviously fake price. So in order to constantly play to my psychology that I'm getting a discount, I'm getting a discount. And my question is now, are we really getting a discount, or are we being sold a Fugazi by the supermarkets with recommended retail price? And and are there legal implications to this? Is it a fake price? At what point does, let's say, the ACCC or whoever say, hold on, this is really not the price of this good, a fake price?
I'm the main grocery buyer for our house. I'm the cook. I get all of the domestic stuff sorted, and I enjoy shopping. I'm one of these people that enjoys rolling down each of the aisles in the supermarket and buying stuff. And I can tell you, as the main grocery buyer, the only thing that I am looking for is on special. And when I'm with my children, the pester power of children, I've even taught them that they can only choose things that are on special, that have got a yellow tag, that are 50% off. 30% off kind of feels like the medium price. If something's 30% off, I can tolerate that. That's okay. Right. 50% off or 2 for 1. Now that feels like maybe I'm getting a little bit of value there. In the meat section, you'll often find that there's tags on fish and meat where they're near their use-by date and they drop dramatically, and they'll stick an individual price, and it's like I'm always looking for these things because it's almost like a game. It's like there's something inside of me as a shopper that just goes, I cannot let this big retailer take more money out of my bank account.
That's right.
Because, it's sort of like when you get to the end of a shop for a family of 4, a dog and a cat and a few chickens and a guinea pig, then you're looking at a difference where if it's 30% higher or 50% higher than the actual amount, you are talking hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So my
month,
weekly shop would be $350 to $400.
Yeah.
And that is me shopping like a hawk. Shopping like a hawk.
Is the high price, which we're saying is kind of like the fake price. Then you're saying 30% off is the medium price and 50% off is the low price. So we've basically got a three-tiered pricing system happening in the supermarket for every product, a low, a medium, and a high. And you're right, it's like a game, and especially if you're not completely brand loyal, where you're happy to buy 3 or 4 different types of products or brands in a category, depending if they're on special, right? It is a game. Here's the thing, Nick, this keeps you engaged as a shopper, right?
I have to keep conscious as a shopper. I have to keep looking. I have to keep hunting. I have to keep gathering. So I'm not going through and just unconsciously picking stuff. It does keep me engaged, and it means that, I'm considering if there's a new product on the shelf, for instance, if they've got a new brand or a new product on the shelf and it's on special, I'll look at it and I'll consider it and I'll try it as well. I'll try it because it's on special. So maybe if that specials culture didn't exist, I'd be less able to be disrupted in terms of my decision-making and my consideration.
It is the psychological effect that is created by the different levels of specials that keep you, you're right, engaged as a shopper, perusing the shelves, which actually I know often, the companies we work for don't want perusal. They just want brand loyalty for their brand. They don't want anyone to look at other brands. They just want their brand to be bought. They want that. The supermarket doesn't want that. Supermarket wants perusal. It wants all brands kept in check in their place as subordinate to the supermarket hierarchy, basically. And they do that by keeping you engaged as a shopper, and bringing all the manufacturers to the table in terms of the special, the specialing psychology. So keeps you engaged, keeps you perusing, and I'm going to add one. I reckon it makes you buy more. Imagine a scenario where they hit this midpoint and there's no such thing as a special or a yellow ticket anymore on any item in the supermarket. They are fixed for the time being, right? It's almost like a psychologically dead experience. And I reckon you'll buy less. You'll buy one packet of Tim Tams. You'll buy one of this. You'll buy one of those. You won't be buying 2, and, etc. And to your point, new brands and products you might not even look at them in a way. I don't know. There's
no way in the world I would have bought 3 containers of Murray Street ice cream the other day unless it was 50% off, right? I have one more thing to say, which is also as the shopper, as the main shopper, the main grocery buyer in my family, it is a role that I've adopted. It's a social role, it's a functional role, it's also an emotional role, right? And I take it seriously, it's something that I want to be good at, that I do well. So when I get to the end of a shop and I do the basic maths in my head and work out, well, I've saved $150 or I've saved $200 on the shop. When I do that math, I give myself a big pat on the back, and there's a part of me that just feels good, it feels good about that because, it's not just about me as well, like I'm providing a benefit for my whole family. So there's that other that residual psychological reinforcement of being a good person, providing a benefit to other people as well as to yourself, that you've done a good job. I've done a good job today by buying all the specials. So it feeds into that as well.
And here's the particular marketing genius behind all of this, Nick. If we just put it all together now, the culture of specials and what we call fake price, which is the recommended retail price, that culture of specials is now enabling the supermarkets to charge you $400, right, for basically, a trolley of overpriced groceries, right? $400 for that trolley of groceries. but have you feeling like you've saved money. They're taking $400 for all that crap in your trolley, right? Yet you feel like you've saved money. Now, you've got to admit that's genius.